All right, we have an exclusive announcement this morning to kick off Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, which begins today. Every year, the Gold House Foundation releases its list of 100 people who made an impact on culture and society over the past year. And today, we have the exclusive Gold 100 list, formerly known as the A100 list for 2026. Joining us now is Gold House CEO and co-founder Bing Chen. Thank you so much for joining us. This list is phenomenal. I'm like huge fans of everybody on it. So for our viewers who are not as familiar, please break down what this list is, what the Gold House is about, and the idea behind this annual list.
Sure. Gold House was founded roughly 7 years ago to make Asian Pacific culture mainstream. And over the past 7 years, we've done exactly that. We've powered over 800 of our collectively favorite films, shows, startups, all to the masses, from Crazy Rich Asians to Parasite to Everything Everywhere All at Once to startups we love to Deli Boys, Chief of War, and so forth. And so the list is actually interesting because at once it's to honor those who've been the most excellent or most impactful of the last year. So you have great business leaders, you have great political leaders, but I think also it's really exciting because they're all not just symbols, but signals for where culture is going next.
So let's dig into the name, starting with entertainment and media. How do the creators of a dramatic series like Beef wind up with someone like Bruno Mars or the K-pop Demon Hunters?
Yeah, so I think twofold. One is the multitudinous or the diversity of sort of genre and talent just reflects the diversity we have within our community. I think a lot of us grow up looking a little bit different maybe from our neighbors, and we might think that doesn't make us special. But I think a lot of these creators, like Sonny at Beef, like Bruno, have leaned into those differences and made those into sort of superpowers. I think the second, in terms of how the list is actually created, the reason it's looked at as the most prestigious Asian Pacific Cultural Award is because of who votes. So it's all the top Asian nonprofits as well as multicultural leaders.
Really?
Yeah, like Jess Sibley, the CEO of Time, our forever dead mother, all the way to Bob Iger has been one of our judges, all the way to the heads of Milken, so forth and so on.
Wow. I mean, this list is amazing. I'm just like, Alyssa Liu I'm like such a big fan.
Chloe Zhao.
Chloe Zhao.
Crazy. Chloe Zhao is like, I mean, to me, like what I love about this and what you're doing is when I was a kid growing up in the 1970s, there's a huge poster, in my office of Bruce Lee. He was like my idol, still is. And for many, many years, he was the only Asian that most people in this country knew beyond just like your friends and your neighbors. In other words, who dominated pop culture in a way that no one has. And for years after Bruce died, there weren't that many, right, in America that were known. And you've put this flag and said, like, look, representation matters, and here's the people you should be talking about.
And we can all see ourselves in each other as well, right? Similarly, I grew up in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I didn't know of any Asian heroes, and so my heroes were MLK Jr. And so similarly, I think we each see ourselves in different communities and each other and sort of rise together in that capacity. And now I think especially with the Gold 100, it sort of punctuates how successful this community has been. I mean, my favorite example is K-pop Demon Hunters was every Halloween costume last year. The most streamed film on the biggest video platform in Netflix. And so
it's the most streamed film.
Yeah, ever. And we have the most streamed show in Squid Game. And so this is just across the board. It's not about, it's about representation. That's all important. But it's just about good art. It's about coming together.
Good art.
And good Halloween costumes.
And good, yes, exactly. So you also have New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani on your list. So this is really all of Asia, although he grew up in...
He was born in Uganda.
But of
True third culture, yes.
Yes. Tell us how you came to the decision to include him as well. And Michelle Wu, Boston's mayor as well, is also on there.
Yeah, we say Asia Pacific because we focus on the Asia continent. So 50 ethnicities, thousands of dialects, stretched to every corner of the earth.
And people who don't look alike, right? There's so much
100%.
Diversity even within each country.
And in the richness, it really, belies what I think makes this country great and what makes us as a species great. But we're so proud to have mayors like Mamdani, like Mayor Wu for after re-election, who represent tens of millions of citizens. So similarly, yes, this is important if you're Muslim. Yes, this is important if you're South Asian. Yes, it's important if you're third culture. Yes, it's important if you're Chinese. Yes, it's important if you're a woman. But also, you are leading the most significant economies in a way that is inclusive and empowering for everybody.
Bing, before you go, this is because we talked a lot about some big names and celebrities who everybody knows, but you've got this new category called New Gold. And you are recognizing the next generation of trailblazers, including a young entrepreneur who's helping elderly people and helping them protect themselves from cyber scams.
Yes. Our job is not to be culture reactors at Gold House, but to be cultural creators and signal tasters. So we try to identify from founders to artists who is not only excellent, but who is a good human being doing essential work like this? And so that's exactly what the next gold list, these 10 reflect, who are sort of next in line to emerge. To complement these great founders, we also have Cat's Eye, of course, which we were literally in the room with Chairman Bong when he was sort of thinking about this, our show. And so yeah, we're really proud of both the established as well as the emerging sort of next generation.
You know, at a time also when the administration is moving away from diversity initiatives, have you felt any kind of change as you've put this work together?
I think a lot of us have felt it, but also felt sort of a greater power and responsibility. My first job was at YouTube, where I built most of the foundational creator services. And similarly, people thought YouTube creators back then were trash. And I was literally told to my face that no one will ever want to watch any of these people. We're all watching film and TV. And so I think when someone, whether it's an individual or an institution, tells you that you don't matter, actually what ends up happening is you find it in yourself to find where you do matter. And then you find others who think you do too. Fast forward, by the way, the creator economy is the biggest creative economy since the advent of cable television. We were right. And so I look at this too of people can look at Asian Pacific culture or our communities as lesser, secondary, whatever have you. But we don't forget that we're already a majority of the world. We have the most watched film. We have the most excellent art. We are driving AI. And so the question to me is less who is hurting us, and it's more about who is going to catch up with us in all the ways that we are actually already helping the world.
And I think, you know, as we wrap this up, I mean, the thing that I was most reminded of, because I saw you last weekend at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and we had our girl, Weijia Jiang, up there front and center for the entire world to see, her grace, her poise, the thing that she does every day that we've known for a decade, but for the world to be able to see that front and center, to see her doing her job, and it was breathtaking for me, as I know it was for you. We talked about it.
We're so proud. I mean, it's also a fellow Gold Houser and Gold 100 honoree. But yes, the president of the White House Correspondents Association is an Asian woman who, in this moment of an assassination attempt, led exactly as Vlad said, with steadiness, with strength, with stability, with her family, both her daughter and her parents. There, can you imagine?
And I thought, you know what I did, guys? I took right before the commotion happened. I took my camera because I was sitting sort of to the front, and as the president was leaning over to talk to Weijia, I just had this moment of emotion that washed over me, because I'm like, look at this young woman who was born in Asia and grew up in West Virginia, a small town in West Virginia, and she's now the president of the United States is whispering something into her ear, and I zoomed in on that moment. And it was, for me as a friend of hers, it was just like incredible.
And lauded her during the press conference for her strength.
He did.
I mean, this is just underscores why your work is so important.
So
Thank you
essential.
so much for joining us.
Thank you, Bing.